Hey guys, Todd with Great Escape Farms here. Today I'm doing a quick update on the plants that I'm starting indoors. I have a good bit of growth on many of them, and some of them haven't come up yet, but I will give them a little while because they may come up later. So, let's see, we went over this last time, but you can see this is stuff to see. This is tray 21, and this is row 1, and this is tray 21. That would be row 12 over there. So 1, 2, 3 going on along, and then I have a sheet of paper here that shows you what's going on. So row 1 has nothing, and that would be stevia. So hopefully that will come up later. Row 2, I do have a couple of them, and that is a pepper. Row 3 is valerian, that's nothing. And both the stevia and the valerian are kind of old, so they may not come up. The cilantro, which is right here, and that's coming up pretty good. Those are actually seeds that I recovered from plants in my garden itself. So I, in 2013, I planted cilantro, had a good crop. I pulled the seeds up, and let's see, yeah, that's all the way across. So every single one of those cells are up. Next is row 5, and row 5 is lovage. So I just bought that, I think last year or the year before, so I do have some of those coming up. Next is Korean hyssop, and those are up all the way across. Row 7 is ashwagandha. I guess that's how you pronounce that, and I have none in there yet. 8 is fish pepper, this row right here. I just bought these last year. They all came up except for that one right back there. Row 9, this is bloody dock, and this is a perennial. I don't believe that I've had these before, but with the germination rate here, I probably did. I don't know what happened to them though. And then let's see, row 10 is Maryland Senna, and I don't have any in there. So, and it might just take a little while to come up. Row 11, which is going into everything, that is miner's lettuce, and then on the backside here, this is purslane. So I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and thin these out because that's too many in these little cells right here. So I will set up on a tripod and come back and show you thinning those out. Down here are my pawpaw seeds, and as you can see, none of them are coming up, but I've seen from many sources that these things can take 8 to 10 weeks before they come up. What they're doing is they're putting out lots of roots and getting themselves settled in, and then when they come up, they just kind of go. So I'm not at all stressed about them not coming up yet. And let's see, what else do I have? I pulled out a bunch of my stratified seeds. So these are the ones I did another post about stratifying, which means that I wet them and I put them in the refrigerator. And we are March 14th, so I'm one day early on these, but that should be okay. So I'll be planting those in March. Seeds to plant in March. This is my big month. I have loads and loads of seeds in here, so I'm not going to bore you with every single one of these, but I will go through and plant these. I'll show you the aftermath after I have them in the ground. So let me set up on the tripod and I'll start doing some plant thinning here. Okay, so I've seen a lot of things on YouTube where they talk about pricking out, and that's where you just pull them up gently and you plant them elsewhere. You lose some seeds or some of the roots, and you get some. Let me see if I can get that in there. So I do have roots here. I could go ahead and replant this elsewhere, but I have more than what I will use here. So what I will do is I will probably just grind this up and feed these to my red wiggler worm farm going on. So what I usually do is I just pull out a pair of scissors, and there's one plant left, and actually usually I'll leave 2 plants in there and let them grow up a little bit, and then I'll thin them out a little bit more later. So I will leave, and this is miner's lettuce here. You can actually use these in a salad, so I could set those aside in a salad. Let me pull this one. Okay, so this one I'm leaving 2 in. I'll let those grow, and I'll do 2 in each of these as we go along. Not too much going on here with the peppers. Does that show up in here? Barely it does. So right here, there's 2 peppers growing real close together. So I'm going to take the shortest of them and just trim it off. And if you notice, those 2 combined were shorter than the ones next to it. So I want to take the most disadvantaged, get rid of it, and try to have a single or 2 plants per cell. If they're that close together that they're actually coming out of what looks like the same exact hole, I will definitely go ahead and trim one off. So let me go ahead and trim these up, get some stuff planted, and I will give you an overview of everything once I'm done here. Okay, so I went ahead and I thinned this out about as thin as I got it. If you'll notice where the plants are growing, this soil is a little bit drier up here. So I will go ahead and just spot and give a little bit of water just to those guys because everything else is fairly moist. So that's it for those. Then I'm going to get into some planting, and as I said earlier, I had some Stratify stuff. So I wrote the name of the plant and when it comes out by. Today's March 14th, so these are out by March 15th. And I just wanted to show you this. So you do get some discoloration on the paper towels a little bit. And make sure I'm getting this in here. Now if you notice, these are the only ones I had, but the actual roots are starting to come out of these things. They're starting to bud out. So sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So these, what I will do, and these should be fairly easy because they have it rooted in. Some of the smaller seeds actually root into the paper towel. And what I do then is I just grab a pair of scissors and I cut the whole paper towel out and just put it into the soil itself, and it'll grow just fine right through it, so no problem. But these have not grown into the paper towel, so they'll be good. I'll just put them in soil, and these are already gone. The other ones I have don't appear to have that done, but it's not a big deal. Sometimes they root out, sometimes they don't, but they will hopefully all bud out once I put them in soil. So let me get to planting and then I'll wrap it up. Okay guys, so I got 2 full trays planted today, and you'll notice I have the lids on here. I put the lids on for 1 week only, just to keep, I watered them first, so that'll keep the humidity up very high, and it does seem to help with germination a little bit. After that I remove it, I don't put them back on again. So let's see, I have 12 rows in each. I have 2 of them, so 24. And I put the date here, so today is March 14th, 2017, and I have the tray number and the row number so I can figure out where everything's at. And on February 23rd, I had planted these other ones, so I keep everything straight that way. I actually have another 8 rows to plant, but I'm kind of out of energy and out of time tonight. We actually had a lot of snow today. I was out shoveling and everything, so my back has had it. So I'm going to finish up for today, and I'll pop back down tomorrow and go ahead and do one last tray. But this is it for tonight. So please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, and if you want to get a hold of us, you can email me at todd@greatescapefarms.com. Thank you very much and have a great day.